Hey guys, this is A. Renee from Journal, Jot, and Jive. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, welcome to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all. All right. By the title, it should say My Debt Confessions, Starting My Financial Journey. All right, y'all, so that is today's video. So I will start with a disclaimer. If talking about finances overwhelms you and it puts you in a space that you don't want to be in, go ahead and click off. Even though I need the views, I like to respect everybody where they are. Hey y'all, quick pause to let you know this video can be listened to. You don't necessarily have to look at the screen. So this is a talk through video. Just wanted to give you that so you're not just staring at a whole bunch of books in my hand. So hopefully you will be able to listen all the way through. All right. Now, if you are like me and you like,
I get my whole entire life, and well, I'm nosy because I kind of want to see what you got going on. What you gonna confess, Adrian?
go on and stay here. Welcome. All right. So first we're going to start with our candle of the day. We still on morning wood. Smells like cypress and bayberry. We be rolling with it because y'all, it smells so good. It does. So let's go ahead and light. Okay, y'all, I'll be honest. Like this particular video, I've been like, it has been on my list. I have a list of titles and videos that I said I was gonna do during Planmas. And y'all, I've been like,
oh man, am I really gonna do this? Am I really about to take people on this journey with me?
but I am. Even if it makes me uncomfortable in some areas. All right, so the way today's video is going to work, the first part I'm going to go ahead and give y'all some of my confessions. The second half I'm going to discuss what are the tools that I will be using to work to get out of debt and to improve my financial journey, because right now
I'm on a financial stall. Hey, I'm just here, just standing.
All right, so confession number one. I am not in the right space as it pertains to finances. And I know that in order to get to where I want to be, I can't stay here. Confession number two. I am what you would consider low income. All right, in my eyes. Confession number three. I am currently being audited by the IRS. All right. And at this point is when I said,
you know what? It's time.
All right. So I'm currently being audited by the IRS. These homies said I made $84,000. I got my taxes amended.
And they're like, yeah, you made $84,000, so yeah, we need $11,000 from you.
Excuse me? Hello? Hello? Who you talking to? Cause I ain't made $84,000 last year. Cause if I made $84,000, IRS, I promise you, I wouldn't be putting groceries on Klarna.
I told y'all that the other day, and I know again somebody gonna say,
who puts groceries on Klarna?
Somebody with low income who is not doing right with their money.
we gonna get on to that. All right. So was that confession three? That was confession number four. I don't budget. I don't look at my money like I should. I do have the apps to get me to where I need to be. I have the Zero app. I have Rocket Money. I have paper. I have pen. I have a mom who in her work life did accounting, who has sat me down and taught me how to do a budget. She probably listening to this like, yeah, I done taught her, y'all. So I am not one of those people who can do the story.
I got it out of the mud. I didn't come from the mud. Now, I might be in the mud now, but I put myself there.
All right, so that's confession number four. I need to get better with budgeting and do what's right. Confession number five. When I get stressed out about money, instead of doing the right thing sometimes I do what's considered not right. I overspend. And I know you might say, well, how
can you overspend if you low income? Is
easy. You know how some of us will go buy stationery and be like, well, I
can't pay this bill anyway, so since I don't have the whole amount, I'll just go ahead and, I mean, this sticker is only $5. I mean, well, if I spend $25, I can put it on Klarna.
Yeah, Klarna, Afterpay, what else am I missing? Affirm, Shop Pay, PayPal Pay, And I know some of y'all are like,
Who are you to call me out?
I told y'all this is my story, but if it applies and if the shoe fits, lace it up, all right? Get ready for the ride, because I know some of y'all are going to take this journey with me. All right, so are we on 5 or 6? So next confession, because I done lost count. Next confession, I am a primary provider of my son, aka for some people, a single mama. And no, I don't get child support. And before some of y'all say,
Ooh, honey, couldn't be me.
well, some of y'all get minimum of child support, and you're stressed out over there because every 5 seconds you like, they should be paying me more. I had a good prayer with the Lord, and I was like, you're gonna have to help me out, Lord, because I'm not gonna fight a system. We gonna leave it there. All right, my son is still provided for, and once I get on this correct journey, we gonna roll. All right, no bashing to the other parent. I'm just saying, we're just giving the facts here. I don't get that extra income from that. And next confession, I currently live with my sister. I am blessed and thankful that she allows me to live with her, me and my son, and I need to get better with money so I can help her out more, because I will honestly say this now. There's a selfishness when you are in a bad space with money. Sometimes you become so self-absorbed, and I'm like, enough's enough. So I have lived with her. Y'all, I can't even keep count. It's over 7 years. I would say 7. And so got to get my whole life. One of my goals is I want my son to experience us living on our own again before he graduates, and he graduates next year. Now, I'm not ready to buy a house per se, but I do want to rent my last year. We'll talk about that, and I know some of y'all are going to say,
Renting, oh my gosh, you're just gonna be throwing money away.
listen, I got other plans. So before y'all speak and tell people what they should and shouldn't do as far as renting and buying, make sure you talk to them and ask, like, why do you want to rent? And if they feel like sharing that part, they will. That'll be another video, and we'll talk about that on my walk. All right. Another confession. In my lifetime, I have been evicted twice. In my early 20s, because I thought I was grown and was like, I'm gonna move on my own and I got it together. And then in my late 30s, before I moved in with my early 30s, question mark, or was it my late 20s? Nonetheless, I've been evicted twice. Know how that feels. Well, I've been evicted twice from another story. Yeah, I've been evicted twice. I've had a car repoed. So I know what it feels like. So when I start this series, I don't want some of y'all to be like,
I mean, people get on here and they got their whole life together, so who are they to tell me, and they don't understand what I'm going through.
I do. Okay?
all right, so there's that. I have maxed out my credit cards yet again. And so now I am on this journey, y'all. This is where this debt journey starts. This journey will be comprised of me paying down debt, preparing my child for school, and also learning how to invest and save. So I have a couple of goals, all right? Lastly, the last confession is I am self-employed. And during this financial journey, I'm going to have to make some serious decisions within the next year, all right?
So what do you do for a living, Adrian?
I am a hairstylist, and I also own and operate Journal Jot and Jive. All right, so from the hairstylist standpoint, y'all, it's very expensive. And being a hairstylist, when it's good, it's good. And when it's not, it's not. So for a little transparency, while I live with my sister, right, and I definitely need to do more on that end here, I also appear as if I live on my own in the salon. I pay $1,400 in rent, and I know some of y'all
Like, oh my God, 1,400, girl, you need to just leave that and go somewhere else.
but a lot of y'all don't understand. Hairstylists pay to do your hair, okay? To have the space that we work in, we pay. All right, so I do have a year to consider what is my next move. How can I increase my income to be able to stay at that place? Or if I need to leave, what is my next move? Do I return to a 9-to-5? All right, so my financial journey is not solely based on how much money can I make. It's how can I make additional money? How can my money grow for me? and how do I position myself to where I don't feel like I can't ever catch a break. All right, so that part is my debt confession. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the next part. All right, y'all, so y'all listened to me for about 10 minutes, give you all my confessions, and that wasn't even all, that was most, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm going straight off the dome. I have tried to write down a script and like, hey, this is what you're gonna talk about, and I'm like, no, let's just be honest with where you are. You're not organized with finances, and now you're about to become organized. All right, so I have three main items that I'll be using during my financial journey while y'all are on this journey with me. One, we have a planner, and I've already showed you this planner. It's not completely set up, but I did do a video, and I will link it in the iCards right around here. The second thing I'll be using is and when I did that video, I was like, oh, I'm just going to use this planner and that's going to be it.
So girl, you know you're going to have to write some notes and journal a little bit.
So I was gifted this. And this is a Tabitha Brown little notebook. It's just a plain notebook. It ain't nothing to write home about. I mean, y'all know we're paper snobs, but it ain't even about that right now. So this is where I will write notes, list, and I'm going to tell you the first thing that's going to go in here, well, the first couple of things. And then lastly, I have my tablet. So on my tablet is where I will keep my different apps, my financial apps. And let me see, y'all. I love this. Every time you click it, it's like a different screen. Let me show you one more. See, isn't that cute? But anyway, I'll use my tablet to keep my financial apps. So here's another interesting part, y'all. I have all the tools and the resources. The thing is, y'all, you can have all the resources and tools, but if you're not using them, it doesn't matter, right? Like, it really doesn't matter. So one of the things that I'll need to do on this journey, so if you see right here, I have a financial corner section. So I drag the apps that deal with finance in this financial corner. Oh, let's see if they let me do it. Okay, boom, I added it in there. So in this financial corner, it has all of the apps that I utilize that deal with finances. So for example, my banks are in there, the Zero app, that'll be a different video that I talk to you about, a Zero program that I use. And Cash App, Credit Karma, Rocket Money, all of my credit cards are listed. I have to download a couple of more. One didn't pop up in my store. And that's what'll go over here. All right. So on my journey, I will utilize my Google Calendar to put in the due dates for my bills. It would also go on my paper bill, but I want notifications to come through my tablet and my phone to say, hey, this is due. And all of that. But y'all, before you can kind of start your journey, you have to have an overview. So how do you do that? What is the first step? What do you need to do? So let me know in the comments. Do you even know what that is? Well, anyway, if you don't, here it is. The first thing, in order to figure out your financial journey and where you need to go, you have to know where you are currently. How much money do you make? Do any of you all know that? What are your income resources? How much debt do you have? What is owed? How are you in the hole? What is your credit score if you're working on your credit score? So I was so excited at the top of this year because my credit score, I was on the way to get into a 700. And I'll be honest, during this inflation, I've literally maxed out pretty much all of my credit cards but two. My credit score is almost, we just gonna be transparent, almost close to a 4. Okay, and it has dropped dramatically. So during the first half of this, I will need to write what things do I owe, how much am I making, what are my income resources. So for example, my income resources, I do hair, journal, jot and jive. I get money from Instagram because I'm monetized on there. And then I am working to get my YouTube channel remonetized. So as you see, y'all, it's a lot of layers to this, but it's possible. Other resources that I'll be using, I am following a few YouTube channels. Now, I want to be honest with y'all. When you decide to start following YouTube channels, and I have a couple of books that I'm reading, be careful. Find something that is relatable to your situation. All right, so yes, you might go find a billionaire, right? And it's good to get inspired by billionaires and multimillionaires. But if you are a thousandaire right now, following a millionaire, you might be able to take some of their strategies. But for some of you, you might get overwhelmed because you can't apply the principle. However, there may be a channel, and there's a lot of channels that show you how to budget on a low income, how to budget if you're self-employed. I would say start there and work your way up, okay? Just to keep yourself from being overwhelmed. All right, so let's talk about what's going to go inside of this. Let's talk about what's going to go on the inside of this. All right, so the first thing, and y'all know I love my sticky notes. We're going to take the sticky notes. This pouch is specifically for my financial planner and notebook. So inside of here, I have a couple of items. I have the highlighters that I'll use to color code, and I have a pen. I need to find one of my fine point pens that'll go in here. And then I have a couple of page flags. So it'll be little stuff in here, but this is strategically for my financial planner, okay? All right, so in this notebook, let's say what is gonna go in here, all right? The first thing that is gonna go in here is my journal entry. So I'm gonna have an opening journal entry to write like what I want to do and why I am starting this journey. Opening journal entry. The next thing that's gonna go in here, I am going to write out all of my expenses. Lastly, I'm gonna do my income resources. I will also keep notes in this section. So yeah, I do have an accountant and I have fallen off. we gonna call a thing a thing. When you get in your space and you like, ain't nothing working out and that woe me crap, sometimes I specifically shut down. But nonetheless, I have a meeting with my accountant next week so we can kind of go over and look at what's going on. If you are in a space where you can get an accountant, I would say do so. Find one free. Whatever you got to do, find those resources, all right? So I also keep meeting notes in here. All right, y'all. So that is what I will be doing on this financial journey. I'm pretty sure y'all like, dang.
I was really hoping I was going to see, you know, you create some pages.
Sometimes my videos will be more about, hey, let's talk about this journey. Let's talk about the walk. And then the next videos will be setting things up. So you never know, you might get a 2-for-1 today. Just stay around, just check, you might. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for checking out this video. So question of the day, since you have lasted this far, I really appreciate you. Where are you? Do you want to participate in a financial journey, or are you not at that space yet? What do you use to track your expenses, your bills, etc.? I would just love to know in the comment section. All right, so leave those comments below and I'll catch you on the next one.